got a beauty salon as well here as a business, right? I'm looking in the areas that are communities, 70,000 people live in there. There's not one single gym. There's not one single beauty parlor. You've got to think outside the box. What we're trying to create is an end-to-end service. We'll do your startup for you. We'll do your residency, bank accounts, do your visas, obviously, transfer your money, whether it's crypto, cash, and strategically show you the best off-plan property for you.
When we were at your last event as well, we spoke to a few people. They bought a property out there and they're paying in 4 quarterly payments. And before the property's even been built, it's appreciated massively.
Yeah, your contracts have to be strong. We make sure our contracts are foolproof. There's no risk.
The villas in Spain, they're getting up there. But then there's a lot of language barrier. If I got a villa in Spain, I have to find a cleaner that can speak English.
I think in business, managing people is one of the hardest things. Skills can be taught. If you get the right ethics of work and the right mindset, then I think you can go a long way. In 2008, the market crashed everywhere. A lot of people lost their money. Luckily, I exited before, sold the paperwork. Months afterwards, the property crashed. Market has changed, man. You got over and beyond now. It's not just like people that are falling out. They are basically getting properties, putting an Airbnb booking document, forgetting about it. It's never going to work.
So welcome to the second episode of GK Alpha Property Talks podcast. Today we've got a special guest who we're really excited to have. So let's welcome Asim Ramzy, who's a Dubai expert. So yeah, let's get into it. Asim, how are you firstly?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
A bit under the weather today, so excuse my voice. But yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for coming down. So yeah, let's get into it. How did you firstly get into property investment and what was your first strategy?
I got into property, bit of background. I'm born and bred East London, and worked for the council, worked for a lot of places. I was working for the council at the time, worked there for 20 years, and I just needed more. I needed time. It wasn't so much about the money. I was happy where I was as a job. 3-4 holidays a year, I had staff underneath me, whatnot. So, but a couple of things in life, like my dad passed away in 21, and I needed to do other things, and I just needed time. Yeah. So all my issues around the time when dad passed were around property, whether it was here, Pakistan, and I just didn't have enough knowledge. So first thing for me was to get educated in property. I know there was more out there than what we knew, what I knew at the time. So it just began from there. Then I needed a strategy. My first kind of goal was, how do I get financially free and make that money passive and leave work? Because I needed to leave work. So how do I build that? So obviously education come in, joined the Samuel Leeds Academy, as you know, we're all there.
Definitely.
Got educated, and the quickest way for me was renter and service accommodation. There was either sourcing, which I wasn't too keen on myself. I thought it takes a lot of time. I had a bit of cash there to invest, so I thought get a renter and service accommodation, and it was between that and HMOs. But service accommodation, I like hospitality. I've traveled a lot, so it was like I wanted to do something that I enjoy. Yeah. So I just went for that, and it was a struggle in the beginning. I joined the academy in November 22. Didn't get nothing for the first 6 months till April 23. But when it come, that persistence, it paid off.
Yeah, and that's how it is. A lot of people don't understand the struggle when you first begin. They see the successes, but it does take a while. When you get that first deal, I'm sure you compounded onto your next deal and everything like that. So how did that?
Very quickly. So April, I got a block in Essex, just outside the M25, because I was thinking a lot of the time. I suffered from procrastination. I was working at the time. I had other issues. I had to pick up issues in Pakistan where dad passed away, obviously, and we had some land and property issues down there. So I had a lot going on in my mind. So come April, when I got my first block, I just went for it, and I see it working. And from there, we just didn't stop. It just kept compounding properties. Like we were picking up properties weekly, literally. So very quickly, from April to I think September, October, when I done my Samuel Leeds podcast, I think I was on about 12, 13 properties, and cash flowing like 60 grand at the time.
Jesus.
it picked up. It picked up quick, you know. So yeah, but it was a graft. It wasn't easy. It wasn't. It took the education, the time, the sleepless nights. People don't see that, like you say.
Trust
People see
me,
the
man.
successes now, but man, it was struggles.
Yeah, sleepless nights, man. Even with us, we're always working, man, 24/7. But like now, even we've got 12 plus properties now as well, and we're just focusing on getting loads of bookings and everything. But it's just a lot of pressure that you gotta, because if you don't do it correctly, you're gonna lose money. And
right.
obviously, back in the day when we did it, like November 22, 23 time. It was better market back then compared to now. It's a little bit more competitive. It's saturated a little bit, especially in London. So, but I think that's one of the big things with service accommodation. We can get it to a really good standard, but actually push on to get better bookings instead of actually just praying for just random bookings to come in. So finding the long-term bookings, getting all of the, the companies to rent your apartments out and all of that. So there's a lot of avenues in that. So I've heard that obviously you're the king of Dubai now. You're literally out in Dubai all the time. So I've never been to Dubai. I've always wanted to go. Gavin's
I've
always
never
wanted
been,
to go as
but
well.
yeah.
We've never been. So what is Dubai actually like as a place?
Well,
It's
firstly, Dubai. Everyone's on the Dubai hype now.
Yeah.
But it was never my first choice. My idea of, I've always wanted to kind of have another option other than the UK. I'm born and bred here. I feel like I know where the UK is heading. My personal area in the world is probably Far East. That's somewhere like Malaysia. I've been speaking to expat for years. Dubai come along as it just makes every business sense right now. You know, we're cash flowing quick.
Yeah.
I needed another kind of exit, another kind of option, and Dubai come along. So, like I said, when I done my podcast at that time, when I was November 23, we were cash flowing a lot of money.
Yeah. How much, if you don't mind me?
Yeah, it was
asking?
with £60,000, around about £60,000
A month.
on a month.
That's amazing.
Monthly.
Yeah.
You know, it was peak season. And you know, we kept compounding, getting half of that was profit.
Yeah.
We don't get that profit now as it was then. The market has changed a lot, like you said about direct bookings and stuff like that. That's what we kind of went into. But Dubai was just another option. So I don't know if you know Sean Land, he's a good friend of mine. And my business partner went there in January 24. So soon after, about 6 months after. And it just made every sense. We just bought, like, literally in Dubai, you can buy a property like you're buying a sweet from the sweet shop. All you need is your ID, or your credit card, or cash, or crypto, anything. They'll accept anything.
So it's that easy.
It's that easy. It's that easy,
have
and
a
it's
payment.
secure. And you got to remember, like, people don't know this. First time I invested in Dubai was 2007.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bought a off-plan apartment in 2007. So I'm not new to Dubai. Yeah, but I almost got stung because in 2008,
Obviously.
the market crashed everywhere. A lot of people lost their money. Luckily, I exited before, sold the paperwork, but soon after, like months afterwards, the property crashed. But so I was very wary of what's going to happen there and the market and what is. But the Dubai government now has brought in escrow accounts, which makes it more secure for the investor. That is where they don't release the money to the developer until it's complete.
Okay.
So it's a lot more secure. So yeah, I mean, we bought in Dubai. We ended up on that trip between us buying 5 apartments.
Oh, wow.
At £250,000 each with payment plans.
Oh.
And right now they're valued conservatively at 320. So that's a year and a half on, and they're not even fully complete yet.
Wow.
We've made our last payment, and it's a 50-50 payment plan, which means 50% is on a payment plan until you get your keys at the completion.
Oh, okay.
At 50%, and the rest of the 50% you have a payoff, but now you can mortgage. So we actually paid £125,000, and all the payments are done now. We're waiting for the keys, and we're just gonna run them as service accommodations.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. That's amazing. And what's the benefits of doing the mortgage on the 50%?
It just makes it easier. Like our first payment, our first payment was like £25,000 plus the initial Ajaris and stuff fees £5,000. Then every 5 months it was £25,000. So we were just putting £5,000 a month aside to Dubai, and when the payment comes, we just kind of pay that off like that. Yeah, there's a lot of benefits in Dubai. It's tax free, as you know. Is the growth is there. There's a lot of demand, and for me, it's quality of life as well. But obviously go there a lot now. But it's grew onto me. I got to say, I was a hater of Dubai. I wasn't. A lot of my cousins and they used to go there, and I think, haven't you got nowhere else to go? Like, Dubai, this, that, and the other. But I went there. If you go there with a mindset of like if you want to live there rather than going for a holiday mindset,
Sorry,
it's different.
Mind you pushing the mic a bit closer.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing. So like, is it like certain areas in Dubai that is like the best, or would you recommend just in general the whole of Dubai? Because I know I've heard from some people, I don't know if it's true or not, but there's like, obviously you've got like Jumeirah, you've got like the Marina area, you've got like different areas that are like sectors where one does not so good, one does excellent, and one does like average. So what areas would you recommend in Dubai that are like the best for either service accommodation or off plan, would you say?
It totally depends. Dubai's not that big. I mean, you got the palms and that, but you need millions to invest there, right? Yeah. So it depends on your kind of what your finances are saying, what your cash flow is like, and so this is something we do now. We bespoke deals for according to what the client needs. So if he's got a £50 million budget, I'm going to take him to the Palm. I'm going to take him somewhere like that. Yeah, it's a high end. But if you're looking for something like what we were, test the market, or looking for long-term appreciation, is towards Dubai South. So there's a lot going on in Dubai. There's a lot of there is areas that don't appreciate. You still got to watch out there. You got to watch out for what developers you work with. Yeah, there's some. We only work with the proven ones. You got to study the market. You got to see where Dubai's heading, where the next growth is, and that's the steps we took. So I was a good example because we've invested in an area where Dubai's heading. It's not. It's about 40 minutes from the central where downtown is and where all the beaches are, but it's where Dubai's heading. That's why it's appreciated so much.
Got you. And what are the risks that you found working with, let's say, less reputable developers in comparison to actually
we just don't do it. We try not to. We try not to. Sure. They got to have a reputation.
Okay.
We work with the biggest, and it's just safer and it's better. You can work with the smaller developers, but I tend not to kind of risk it. Yeah.
Sure. And do you think the growth is sustainable in Dubai?
I think it is. I think that their plans to 2040 is to have 7 million population. They're nowhere near there. I think it's going to push to 10. Wow. I think it's on about 3.54 right now. Yeah, and people are flooding in there. And when there's people say bubble's going to burst, just carry on waiting. If bubble bursts there, it's going to burst everywhere globally.
Absolutely.
All the money is there right now. You got money from all around the world. It's like the hub. Like if there's issues in East India, Pakistan, the money they're coming to Dubai. They exit in Dubai. If there are problems in the West, the money's ended up in Dubai. African money's there, Russian money. So all the money is coming to the Middle East. So I think it's the next powerhouse.
And obviously a lot of millionaires in general have moved to Dubai.
Yeah.
Well, what would you say the main reason is for that, and how is it benefiting them?
I mean, I think it's clear to say the West is kind of in a decline now. I think they've had their powers and the moment, but I think the power shift is in the Middle East. Whether that's Dubai, Saudi, Qatar, it's all happening there. And the quality of life, and you see, I never thought, when I was younger, I'm born and bred in the UK, and it was respectable. Like, you're from the UK, this, like, you're going back, you're from London. It used to be a big thing, and people really used to respect you. Now that's moved. Now
London's just not safe, man. It's not. It's like, there's loads of horror stories happening. There's loads of potential property failures that are also happening that we're hearing about a lot. And it's like, people are taking on service accommodations, don't know how to market it, don't know how to get these long-term bookings, and they end up falling short by the winter time. In the summer, it's terrific, but when it gets to the winter, they're falling short, and next thing you know, they're handing the keys back because they can't afford to actually keep not paying the rent or something like that. So I think now, obviously, with Dubai, because in 5 to 10 years' time, I think Dubai is going to be up there with probably one of the best areas in the world. But then, don't you think it'll get oversaturated after a while?
I think the growth and the plans. If you see the plans, you just got to see the plans.
They're building a
of
new
that one
airport
man.
as well.
Yeah, that's exactly. We bought 15 minutes from the new airport.
That's
So,
amazing.
Wow.
and we bought in January 2024. Yeah, we bought 5 apartments there, right? In March, April, they announced a new airport at $35 billion.
Yeah,
It's
something
going to
like
be the
that.
next biggest airport. The other one is going to be secondary. The one we go to right now, and you know, as soon as they announced that, our properties appreciated. That's why I say, you know, study the market, study where Dubai's heading, study their plans. They've got metros coming all the way up. So we're right now 40 minutes away. The metro's going to be there in like 15, 20 minutes into central Dubai. But this is where Dubai's heading. So to buy, we're looking at those areas
Yeah.
because long-term appreciation and
Makes sense, yeah.
and all the benefits that are going to come with it. And the community we bought in is nearly complete.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. It looks like Florida. It is so nice. And, you know, we're going to operate in a service accommodation. We've got a 5-star hotel there. We've got the airport nearby. We know it's going to work.
Yeah,
So the exit,
absolutely.
you've got to think about the exit as well. Like how you going to exit out.
Yeah. And have you started marketing your SA there already? Is it going?
It's not even, the place is not even
Oh,
ready.
you've gone off plan,
Our apartments
yeah.
are going to be complete end of this year or March, April, but we're predicting it's going to be before that. It's a sister company of MR,
Oh, okay.
which are the biggest in Dubai.
Okay.
Beautiful development, and I have no doubts, no queries, nothing. Like, you know, I've made the right decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's something me and Gavin are definitely looking into, especially in going to Dubai. But for people that actually, because we've spoken to loads of people that want to actually go to Dubai, but obviously it's a bit scary. Like, you know, you've built your company, you've built a reputation up here to actually transfer it onto Dubai. Basically, you're starting from fresh again because you've got to network your way in. You've got to network with loads of people and all of that. So I think that's also the scariest points. But like at the end of the day, it's such a good area. But if we wanted to like transfer our company across, what would be like the best and easiest way to actually just move, would you suggest getting another company in the area?
Yeah, probably. You got to think about your structure. Structure is very important. A lot of people get their structure wrong in Dubai. I've seen a lot of people get stung. Yeah. You know, how you structure that is very important, and understanding how HMRC works is very important.
Yeah.
Keeping legal and keeping it above board and saving at the same time. You've got to have good advisors there. Unfortunately enough, my partner's down there. We've got office set up there. My partner down there, you know, he's an advanced accountant. They understand. He lives there now.
Oh, wow.
You know, I was there in last October. They were sitting around a table for about 5 hours, 5 accountants, and strategizing and what's the best way to, you know, filter your money from the UK to Dubai and the most legal, tax efficient way.
Yeah,
to put
well,
it that,
obviously,
do you
yeah.
know what I mean? And that takes skill, man. That takes a lot of skill. It was over my head, but you know, you have to structure correctly. We've opened up a company there.
Okay.
And each person, there's no one fixed answer. Each person's got their own scenario. You know, it's what you want to do, how you want to do it.
Yeah. I think that's really, really good because obviously if you need to make another company, you've got to make it there. You've got to get all the tax official for the HMRC because I think they're stopping now because they've seen so many millionaires go to Dubai.
Yeah.
They're finding more strategic ways to basically keep them into the United Kingdom. So by raising taxes, by raising all of this stuff. So I think that's one of the most crucial things is actually like getting people across to Dubai. So if like, let's say if we had loads of people that want to go to Dubai, if they wanted to join you and see like how would you be able to help them?
Well,
what would you be able to offer to get them across?
This is why we've got Dubai retreats, and that come out of nowhere. People just like a few of our network from the academy come in January this year, and wanting to see what I've done, and a few of them invested, 3 out of 4 of them invested. And I thought, wow. So I spoke to my business partner Habib down there, and I said, listen, like, there's a market there as well. Why don't we just do Dubai retreats? People that don't know, and help them through the whole process. So right now, what we're doing is, other than the Dubai retreats, where UK investors or anybody for that matter can come and see everything firsthand. We give you all the knowledge. We got all the plugs there.
Okay.
There's mortgages there now. Like, we make it as easy process as possible. And what we're trying to do, what we're trying to create is an end-to-end service, hands off. So we'll do your startup for you.
Okay.
We'll do your residency, bank accounts. We'll do your visas, obviously. We're able to take your money because we've got offices in London and we've got offices in Dubai. We're able to transfer your money, whether it's crypto cash or transfers, to move your money there and strategically show you the best property or best off-plan property for you, what your requirements are, what you after looking at your cash flow and your finances, and ultimately at the end doing the end management as well, because we're doing service accommodation. So that's an end-to-end service. That's what we're trying to create.
Absolutely.
And we've done it. It's still new. We're still, but we're helping people. Everyone that's invested with us. I've had a lot of investors, and everyone's seen appreciation. Everybody's winning.
No, that's cool, man.
that
That's
is
cool.
really good.
So with people, let's say if somebody had £100,000 in the bank, or they can get up to that much, what would your advice be to them if they don't know, they want to invest in Dubai, they obviously don't know how to? What would you say is the best sort of strategic investment that they can make in Dubai?
Give us a call. Give us a call. There's more than that, It's just £100,000. I mean, Dubai is a high barrier to entry, Like, it's not cheap, but it's very lucrative, man. £100,000. Like, what is your cash flow then? Have you really got £100,000 there? We've got to see your cash flow, what you're able to.
Cash flow is very important.
Cash flow is important. Cash flow is important because you got to be on payment plans as well. £100,000, it's not even going to get you an apartment there, like one bed. Like, you got to look at around 2. But there's payment plans. Dubai's making it very easy. They're coming out with new kind of schemes all the time. Mortgages was never a thing there. Now mortgages are a thing, right?
Okay.
The only option we had when we bought was pay the rest, £125,000 balloon payment at the end. Now there's mortgage, so we don't have to do that. So there's different mortgages. There's different, like, they're making it easier, but it's like, what's your cash flow? What's your goal at the end? And so it can be done. But it's just individual, kind of like bespoke. There's no one set answer for everybody.
No, of course not.
Because when we were at your last event as well, we spoke to a few people, and I think it might have been Andrea or someone else, but they bought a property out there, and I think it was an off plan. They're paying in 4 quarterly payments, and before the property's even been built, it's appreciated massively.
Yeah, that's exactly
so
what we
it's
done.
like a BRR strategy without actually having to do any work. Which is that I found that amazing.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
and it's doable
that's
as well,
exactly.
isn't it?
It's us. Like, look, we bought it for 250, paid 125. Now it's very conservative, 320. I reckon that's like 330, 340 by the time I get back in October. Yeah, and it's not even built yet. So all that appreciation, tax free
as well.
Like, why would I want to do a BRI here?
Exactly, it doesn't make sense.
All that headache, all going through all the stuff. I do want to do it. I do want to kind of experience that. But like financially, it just don't make no sense where I could put money way down there, and just sit on paperwork until it's built.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But if, like, let's say for newbies, especially coming into, if someone had 10 grand, would they be able to somehow start something in Dubai with such low barrier to entry? Would they be?
You gotta start a business, innit? You gotta start some kind of business there that's gonna. You gotta have cash flow in Dubai, man. You can't be a brokey, and there's no homeless people there. Seriously, like, that's one thing about that country. It's humble, but at the same time, you gotta have a cash flow there. And it's not like this country where you're gonna get benefits and stuff like that. No.
So, what would you say would be like the minimum amount of money you will need to go to Dubai to be able to, like, minimum amount of cash flow? Would you say
To invest.
to
I mean, you can go if you got. We're bringing up different kind of, like, I was speaking to my business partners a couple of days ago, different kind of avenues for the investors that don't have that kind of income. Because I've had a couple of retreats now. Yeah, I've had the younger guys come from the academy and stuff like that, where they're not quite at that level, but you got JV opportunities there. Where we were paying £5,000 a month. Yeah, and that's like where we invested is a very good example. It's kind of a low barrier entry. Yeah, but appreciation it's gonna blow. Yeah, so that kind of like £250,000 budget. Yeah, with like which was £5,000 a month, right, on payment plans. If you split that between two people, that's two and a half grand. But depending on your cash flow, what it is here, you know, you don't want to kind of sacrifice the quality of what you buy down there in terms of like your finances here, because you know, then you end up going for rubbish developers that are not proven. Projects get delayed.
Yeah.
These things happen still.
Yeah, that's very interesting. You said that. So how would you spot the good developers? How would you, because let's say you're going to get the rubbish ones approach you and say, yeah, we're the ones to come to. How would you do your correct due diligence to say, look, I'm going to go for the best developer and to ensure that you get the right one?
Yeah, everything down there's online now. Everything, all the due diligence is online.
It's all there, yeah.
So you can see the big developers. They're rated. The buyers made it such a way that, you know, it's like the smaller developers that are up and coming, they find it very difficult to get to that level. Yeah, but once they're there, but they need to prove themselves, right? I'm working with a developer right now who I've invested with in Pakistan. They're massive. They're probably the biggest in Far East. It's called Barrier Town. Yeah, but they've also started in Dubai now, but they're not proven. They're not proven, right? So like, how do I've got to have a few meetings with them to understand what they kind of do and how they work before I start even investing myself or my investors for that matter. You know, so due diligence, I mean, it's not difficult. It's all online. Who the biggest are. Like you got names like Emar, Showbar, Damak. These big developers are proven, but still you got to do the due diligence. But those big developers come with a price tag as well.
I'm guessing so. And
but they have sister companies. Like we hit a sister company with Emar we didn't know about.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you know, it's built by Emar. It's owned by Emar, but it's a sister company for the lower barrier. We started
interesting. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Wow. Yeah. So, but you know, as soon as you start speaking to people and you know what's what, it's not difficult.
Yeah. No, sounds good. Okay, cool. Let's go on to the management side. So you obviously started off similar to us with one essay. Took you a little while to get it, but then from there just kept scaling. What was the process of moving from 1 to 2 and ensuring that everything is kind of as system? Because I'm sure you realize you need to systemize a lot if you're looking to scale.
Yeah.
So what was your kind of systemization process in scaling?
For me, you know, because I've worked in some big companies. I started working in Sega World. I don't know if you guys remember. It used to be in Trocadero. Yeah, back in the day. After I worked in Tesco, I worked for Royal Mills. I worked for the council for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you know, systems and processes come naturally for me. Yeah, I don't like, and you know, when I see other people, I don't understand it when they don't understand it. So it's come naturally, come second nature. I have to understand that they've not been through the same kind of like life I have. Yeah, so systems always been there for me. I always wanted to be hands off. How you gonna like make it passive income without systemization?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so all these companies I worked for had systems. All I've done is taken those implementation and I've used some of the paperwork from the council to implement it in my own business in terms of systemization. Leadership roles, you know, who comes below that company, structuring out the companies and stuff like that. Come back to your question, was how did we kind of? Yeah, I always had that in my mind, man. Like my first block was 3 properties already. As soon as we started seeing that cash flow, systemization was always in my mind. Like we went through the graft. I sacked about 10 cleaning companies in the area. You know, in our business, you know, the cleaners are your eyes and ears, the key of your business. And if you don't get them right, I sacked 10 companies. Most of them had 5-star reviews, and I just wasn't happy with them. So I created my own.
Oh, wow.
So I got my own cleaning companies, right? So just for that reason. So because they're your eyes and ears, without them, you cannot systemize your service accommodation business.
100%.
Some is, you know, you got your check-in, check-outs, this and that. You're not going to go there like with
Yeah,
10,
absolutely.
15, 30 units, you know. So that's key in terms of the back end stuff. With me, I very quickly out of that block, I was fortunate enough to, as we were setting up those 3 apartments, we set up the first one. We got a booking straight away from an African doctor who come for a month, which was £3,000. Wow, that's a couple of grand profit there.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we had 2 others to set up because it's in the same block. So we're setting up another one. Students come from Brazil, and I thought they come from an agency as well. And the third one was NHS staff. They come from an agent as well. So I started talking to these guys while we were working there. I'm thinking, where are you coming from? Like, and I started speaking to the agents. They came to, you know, I started speaking to the agents, and very quickly realized, like, Airbnb-booking.com is not the only route.
Yeah.
It's not the best route. They take a lot of fees. There's a lot of issues, you know. So my strategy very quickly turned into long-term direct bookings off the back of the contacts I just made out of my first bookings, which did come from booking.com and Airbnb.
Yeah.
But that's why it's very important, and I speak to all my teams now, speak to every client, you know, build that reputation, build that relationship, say hi, you know, you don't know where they're coming from. And up until now, we're creating, yes, we're on the platform, they're the 2 biggest platforms in the world, Airbnb, booking.com, you cannot not be there, but it's mainly inquiries only. That's the purpose, and the void times and stuff, put it up there, put it on booking.com, Airbnb, but our website plays a big role. There's other strategies, so many different. You got to keep moving. The market has changed, man. You got over and beyond now. It's not just like, you know, people that are falling out. They are basically getting properties, putting an Airbnb, booking.com, and forgetting about it. It's never going to work. You're going to be page 5, 7. All my properties are on page 1.
Yeah,
Do you know
absolutely.
what I mean? How do you get there? You know, how do you work in your SEOs? So there's a lot that goes in the background. 100%. People don't realize.
Yeah, because we've been working a lot on our SEOs as well. We see what page we're on. We have an app for that and everything like that. So it's very important. Like you said, Airbnb and Booking.com, you need it on those platforms, but you're not going to get those. You can't rely on that.
Secondary.
Exactly.
Keep it secondary. Keep it secondary. Aim for the direct bookings.
Absolutely.
I mean, right now, the way I work is I like having the properties. Getting properties ain't a problem for me, right? You know, I like getting the end client in the area and then plugging in the properties. So I work
it's just
back
all
to
ready
front.
for you.
I've always, you know, from the very beginning, like I started working back to front from that block.
That's good.
Because the NHS nurse, for example, she took 7 of our properties. She goes, Asim, you got something in East London? I go, yeah, look, I didn't have anything then. Quickly found out my agent, found out, got a property, blah, blah. They were there for 9 months to a year, £150 a night. Hands off.
Wow.
Those are the best ones, hands off.
Those are hands off.
Recently, we've got that 2-year booking in Reading. We've got, for the other Reading property, getting a 2-year booking secured today as well. And all of that is premium. It's probably more than the Airbnb would have given us. And it's hands off. Less cleaning, less turnovers. And it's just great.
Makes
no
more
headache.
sense.
It makes so much more
You
sense.
just put them in there, give them that initial, offer them the service like once a month. You
Of
know,
course,
the clean, we got to get it done. But you're not, you know, you ain't got those fees. You ain't got the Airbnb fee went out yesterday, and everyone's going mad at 15.5% or something like that. They're going to keep pushing it up. They're going to keep pushing it up. You know, they're making a lot of money. You know, it still kills me every time I get a booking and there's like £600-700 that's just gone to Airbnb for nothing.
I know.
You know, at one booking. Yeah, we're making a lot, but there's other avenues. Direct long-term bookings is my strategy.
So, what type of I'm guessing you guys do quite a lot of AI as well. You guys work on quite a lot of AIs, because I know we've started to definitely work with AI, because 2025, 2026, AI is everything nowadays. What type of softwares would you use in AI sense to basically boost your serviced accommodations now?
Oh man, I've got my teams working on it right now. You know, me and tech don't go together. But my teams, they know about AI. They are on it right now as we speak. They're talking a lot about the systems that we have at the moment. AI is coming in now. How can we implement it in our business? You know, there's a lot of, it's going to help. You're either, I know to go in it, but like when you talk about AI and what in terms of service accommodation, I know a few things, but We need to trial and test these things and like how to. It's going to help with systemization.
100%.
Yeah, it's going to help with
100%.
systemization. That's
Yeah.
what it is, right? Yeah, how do we kind of get push this technology to get more clients? Yeah, how are we the best in the market? And that's something we're kind of exploring now. There's a few softwares, I can't remember the name of that we were talking about in a meeting, and but there's a lot out there and
There's a
going
lot.
through them. Yeah, there's a lot of people pushing us a lot of stuff
Mm.
with AI, but we just got to see what's best.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm not the best with tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got my teams there. Luckily, I've got strong good teams there now. Working in the background, that are looking at stuff.
No, 100%.
But when it does come up, I don't gatekeep, man. I would say yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Absolutely.
You know,
No.
share it.
Kush is more of a tech guy than I
Yeah.
am, but
um,
Yeah.
we've been going through a lot of systems. We've implemented a lot of AI already. Can't remember on top of my head, but Zapier is one of them. So
Zapier, yeah.
Zapier is good. There's even better models than Zapier, which I'm shocked about. But basically, you can systemize your whole business if you have Zapier like on it, all systemized properly. Everything's basically how it works is you use that one thing to do
Yeah.
another thing. So if you want
Yeah.
to create a list of all your guests that you've had in the past, you just create an Excel sheet and it just saps everything into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
system.
yeah, so if you get your VA to do, if once you have everything systemized in terms of VA knowing their job roles, their SOPs, everything like that, a lot of systemization can make your business work for you,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
why we're working a lot on it. So even about VAs, obviously when you were scaling, you fired a lot of your VAs, you hired a lot of your VAs. How did you know to get, like, what did you need for your VA to join your business and what tasks do they have to do?
VAs, I mean, the VAs we have now, I mean, it took a lot. 25 interviews. I spent a week finding the right VA. You know, I had some strict criteria.
What were
there.
you looking out for?
I was looking at their lifestyle.
Okay.
I look at the person's lifestyle first. That's the thing, like how they're living. Like I need to know the person that I'm investing in. That can they work for me before any of the skills come over. I'll start looking at like what's your lifestyle like? How do you live? You know, and this is whether here or Philippines or anywhere. Like I'll speak to them because they might say all the skills. And I've been in management for a long time, 20 years. Yeah, I've done it myself. I was very good at blagging, getting jobs. Yeah, you're gonna tell your employer what they want to hear. Right.
Yeah.
So, but it's how you got to come with a different. I come with a different approach. And I've learned this from work. And this is the interview questions I stole from my council job that I used to interview there and started interviewing my VAs on it.
Okay.
They're thinking, right, what are you talking about? I thought you were going to talk about,
You know.
So it took about 25 interviews, finding out their lifestyle, what the hours of work are, and then I come to their skill side. Yeah, majority of them worked for Airbnb already.
Yeah,
You find that, innit? You
Yeah,
find that.
yeah.
I'm thinking, right, you already work for Airbnb. And this is in the Philippines, right? Yeah, so they already know. So you start questioning them about what would you do in this situation, guest communication, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then, but you never really know until you start working with them what they really like. Because you're going to, interview's an interview.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
might pass that. So I had to let go of a couple of them. Yeah, because said all the right stuff. All the credentials were there, but the work ethic wasn't there. You got to think about that as well. But we're there now. We've got a good, strong, solid team, but I think in business, managing people is one of the hardest things. Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you can get it right, if you
Get
get
it
the
right.
right ethics of work,
Yeah.
more than the skill,
Yeah.
the skills can be taught.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you get the right ethics of work and the right mindset, and then I think you can go a long way with
Yeah,
the team.
I agree with that. I agree with that a lot because our intern, for example, he had the right determination, the right ethics to join our team, and we've had a few people before who we've, said, "Come join us. We'll teach you a little bit." But if they don't have the right ethics as us and the right determination to see the long-term longevity in the business, then your business won't flourish.
Yeah.
So VAs are important to be
And
involved
the
fully in the
other-
team.
Sorry to cut you. The other thing is like I like people to know more than me in my business.
Yeah.
I can't know everything.
Of course.
Yeah, my
you can't.
VA, in terms of guest communication, knows more than me. Yeah, how to deal with this. She's done it before. She's
Yeah.
and I see it. I see the results in that. Yeah. So trying to employ people in your business that are better than you, they're going to teach you.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
And that's the whole purpose of hiring, isn't it? Hiring
course.
people that are better than you,
course.
because you're not going to do this task yourself.
Yeah.
You're not hiring.
You don't want to be dragging
professionals.
people up because it's going to be pulling you down.
Yeah,
You want
exactly.
people to drag you up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, right now in terms of business and systemizations, man, we got obviously the renter and service accommodation side. Even my own properties that I own our service accommodation. We've opened up a sourcing side, and that come out of basically landlords and agency passing their properties. The ones that I can't take on, I source out. I'm not a official sourcer, but we source out a lot of properties. We got management as well. We do manage as well for at 20%. But only in central London. Only in central London. I think the numbers work better.
Yeah, they do.
And then we got the staging side as well. So we got end-to-end service, and there's a market everywhere. And that's like 5 different businesses out of one, isn't it? You know what I mean? So we can source a property to stage it to manage it, and you're making profits. But the numbers have to work.
The numbers have
this
to work.
This is what's getting a bit crazy these days. And this is why I'm not a sourcer. I think personally, it's very rare now to get a proper reputable sourcer that is like. It's a messy game out there. It's getting a bit. It's dirty game out there. And I've had a few experiences, but the deals we source are direct to us.
Yeah.
We'll make a whole video of the place because we ain't gonna know. It's not a cold source. It's not. We can cold source it, but like it's direct to us. But for us to kind of offer management on that property, the numbers have to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in all our source properties that we source, we actually offer management, and you will see profit. Not everyone can say that. Yeah, people will source your properties, they won't be able to manage it. Because they know the numbers ain't gonna work. And what sources are doing these days. I don't want to go hard on the sources. Everyone's got what we've been taught to do. In the academy is negotiate the price down as much as you can. With the landlord agent, make it a package deal for the investor and sell it on. These days, it's very easy for a sourcer to approach a landlord. You're getting 2,200 for this 2-bed. We get you 2,400. Landlord's not going to say no.
Of course, of course.
They'll package that up and sell it, and I think that's a bit dishonest.
Absolutely.
And this is what's happening these days. But it's your reputation's on the line.
100%.
So you got to be careful how you do it, and that's why I stayed I was slipped into the sourcing game, but the only properties we source that are coming direct to us.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest things because, I don't know how many group chats I'm in, especially with sources. I probably am in about, I'm going to say 50 group chats, just all different types. And some of them, if you start questioning them, what's the rent, what's the deposit, what's this, they got no idea. They're like, oh, I think it's something like this. And you straight away know it's either been co-sourced or they've just been given this and they just don't know exactly what to do. And the nightly rates, some of the nightly rates that come up are absolutely...
I just had one recently. Very recently, our nightly rates, they're always going to exaggerate it and make you a £2,000 profit. I'm thinking, right, I've got property in the next road. I think you can't, but people are buying it. You know what I mean? But you got to do your due diligence properly. Even the buyer, do your due diligence properly. You can see it's so easy. If somebody's putting Canary Wharf, for example, putting a 2-bed up for £3,200.
I've seen that so much recently as well.
£3,200 Canary Wharf, 2 beds are going. All I have to do is go on Rightmove and check the market rate. You'd get a rough idea that it's 2.5.
Normally 2.5. 2.6.
Do you know what I mean? 2.5, 2.6 like that. So why are you taking that deal on at £700 more?
And that's a massive difference. Even at £400-500, massive difference.
And then you see the nightly rates. They're pushing it up to £500-600. Well, I'm in Canary Wharf, innit? I've got properties there. I know when it goes to £500. Yes, we touch those, but very rarely.
You need to have a
hitting
specific
300s, 300s, 283, 350. Okay, but it's just you got to be very careful with your reputation and
absolutely.
With doing your due diligence with sources, I think definitely ask them to send you their company name, company number, see how long they've been working for. Ask for past references of deals that they've sold asked to speak to their clientele because there are a lot of scammers.
As soon as you ask,
fake
as soon as you give them that information, they can't give it to you.
Out the shit. It's getting a bit crazy out there. And I get approached all the time, and for deals because I've only had one deal ever sourced, my first one, and that was from twins in the academy. I don't know, Gavin and Mitch.
Yeah.
So that was one studio, and it's still going strong. It's still hitting me £1,500 profit. For my first one.
Whereabouts is that?
Hemel Hempstead.
Oh, Hemel Hempstead.
Studio. I thought, that one I got. That was possibly my first deal. When I joined the academy, 2 months later, I thought I ain't got time. I'm at work. I thought I'd get it sourced, but it was a brand new build, and that got delayed to 6 months. And funnily enough, when I got my block in Grays in April, the 3 apartments, Gavin follows me. He goes, "You're on the same day as got the keys there." He goes, "Your studio's ready." I go, "Nah, delay it another week." I just set these up, then I'm coming there. That's why I got 4 in the first week straight away.
Wow.
So but you got to be careful, man.
No, 100%.
You got to watch yourself out there. Do your own due diligence.
Of course, because all these deal sources are sending out deals.
The first thing you do, like I say, if you're getting a deal sent out to you, check the market rate of that property. It's not hard. You got Zoopla Rightmove on your phone. Put the exact criteria of that deal on the phone, and you'll see if you're paying £500, £600, £800 out of the price. I've known people that paid £1,000 over.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's because landlords also know the game as well. They starting to understand it.
Even the agents.
Yeah, they're all
well.
now. Most of these agents that we talk to, they want fees for it, and before they never used to be
Which
fees.
is illegal.
Yeah, which is illegal, but they do. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, it happens in every industry. I mean, we've had to do that, give a little commission and that just to get the good properties and stuff.
Yeah,
like that. But
absolutely.
It's everyone's. If the numbers work, do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers have to work, but like a lot of people are struggling because their numbers ain't working. They're not doing done the numbers properly.
But it's also with the market as well. And like last year, the market was excellent, so you could potentially increase the price a little bit because the market was really good. But this year, I think the market has dropped by 20%, especially in the tourist section. Because everyone, like you said, everyone's going to Dubai. Everyone's going all these countries, Spain, Greece, all of these places. They're getting quite a lot. No one really wants to be like, let's go to England. Like, it doesn't sound appealing anymore than it used to be. So the market's dropped by like 20%. And that's one of the biggest things that people don't understand. And now quite a lot of Airbnb operators are dropping out to ask for management because they can't do it. They don't understand.
I get loads of that. But again, some of the numbers don't even work with. I don't take them on.
Yeah.
I rejected 4 in the last month. The numbers ain't working. I think we should give this property back.
Similar to us, we're getting a lot of inquiries as well. And when we do the numbers,
and I
it
can
just
very
doesn't work
easily
much.
take these on and make 15-20% whatever we charge.
It's not fair on them,
It's
is
not
it?
fair on them
Yeah.
because they're not going to make anything, and it's going to cause problems and again reputation and whatnot. Yeah, but the numbers just don't work. I'm thinking, how did you take this on? Like, why did you take this on? You spent all this money on it. Yeah, service accommodation is not easy.
No, it's not.
There's a lot of moving parts to it. Yeah, if you want hands off, do HMO.
That is hands off.
Yeah, but for me, like it was, I don't want tenancies. Totally against tenancies, and this is where it's heading now. No, we started early. Yeah, people are jumping on now.
Yeah,
we started very early. Like people don't want tenancies no more with the laws that are coming and stuff. They want, we got guests in it. They check in, check out. They don't have no rights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, man.
And I think landlords are clocking onto that as well. Hence why what we were talking about earlier is that they just want now they're clocking on the service accommodation.
It's a lot easier now. It's a lot easier now. I mean, I remember like Sammy used to say to us, make those 100 calls and expect them to all to be no.
Exactly.
But now, like they're coming to you because this is the way. This is nobody wants tenants.
No,
it's a risk. We're taking it as a. We're taking it as a company, as corporate let, right? We don't have no rights. We don't pay 21 days in our contract. We're out. We don't have those same rights as a tenant would.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
not.
So, I mean, it's heading that way, but you still got to get the numbers right. And you're saying before, not only has the market dropped a little bit, the rents have gone up in the last year. Crazy amount.
Yeah.
The rents have gone up, and there's like twice more service accommodation. So that profit that we used to get in the first year, when I was saying I get £60,000 a month, that's come down. Yeah, I was getting the same profit at double the amount of profit. A year later, double amount of properties, but we started off strong, and we could it's not the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not the same. So obviously you need to adapt your way of marketing towards long-term bookings and everything, which is what we've done. We've just gone straight for direct bookings, long-term bookings at the premium price, contractors, business professionals. And like you said, when you have that one contact, they passed you on to 7 different properties with the NHS. So it's so underrated. People, I think, fail to realize the hardships in service accommodation. They think it's all glorified on social media. I think it's an easy process, but there's a lot of automation, a lot of systemization that needs to be done to it, and a lot of contacts you need on your books to get these long-term bookings. It's good. I like the way that you go from end to the beginning. You find the long-term booking, then you know you're going to get a property. It makes sense,
Even in Dubai, I spoke to my partner. I go, listen, we're in Business Bay. Our service accommodations are in Business Bay. Yeah, let's smash out all the offices. Every business over there needs an office. Yeah, and there's hundreds of people. They've got people coming from all over the world. Where they're staying. Hotels are booked, fully booked out. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just got to think outside the box a little bit. So, you know, over there we're aiming at long-term direct business travelers. Now we're looking at villas. You've got to keep moving the market. Now I see there's a lot of apartments there happening. You type in Business Bay or around that area, you see hundreds of apartments empty. Yeah, same problem. It's the same strategy as here. They're putting an Airbnb booking, don't forget it. And they're forgetting it, and bookings ain't coming from.
No,
bookings ain't coming through.
Because I know even like Spain nowadays, the villas in Spain, they're getting up there. But then it's also because obviously there's a lot of language barrier with especially like if I got a villa in Spain, I have to find a cleaner that can speak English. That's one of the first things you got to do. But it's like also there's a lot of rules and regulations are different. So like London has the 90-day rule, but Spain might have a different type of rule. Dubai might have different types of rules.
Yeah.
So it just all depends on that. But like, there are no like are there any like major regulations and rules you got to stick by with Dubai service?
Yes, definitely. You need certificates. You need a vacation home license. We got.
Oh, okay.
People don't do this.
How easy is it to get one of those?
It takes money.
Yeah.
Brokerage takes. I'll tell you one thing about Dubai. Yeah. If you want to start service accommodation. Like, for example, over here, I've done no money down deals. I love doing no money down deals, whereas, like, I can get a property, 0 deposit, 2 weeks grace, right? No money down deal. Fit it out in 1 month, like a couple of days, put it in bookings, and that booking will pay the landlord. That's a no money down deal, right, for me. Yeah, in Dubai, you can't do that. They want 1, 2, 3, or 4 checks up front for the whole year.
Jesus.
As a landlord, right? Yeah. Yeah, on a rent, or they call it sublease, right? So it's a high barrier to entry already. Like you're paying, 20, 30 grand, and then you got to get the vacation home license to be fully compliant, which we have, and there is legislation, and they're putting a lot more control on it, which is good. It cuts out the riffraff. The way we see it, we see the flip side. Like not everybody can come in the market and start doing it, and a lot of people have been stung because they were doing it without vacation home licenses. Things happen there as well, man.
Do you think in the next 5 to 10 years London's going to be the exact same, where Airbnb operators will have to get licenses and like
it's all coming, isn't it? They've been saying for the last 2-3 years, man. Is like some kind of, but how they gonna? I think what they're finding is like hard enforcing it.
Yeah.
Like if it was up to them, they'd be on it straight away. Yeah. And they have a lot of people in the last few months have been getting letters. Yeah. All they have to look is Airbnb-booking.com. But this is in blocks that have restricted leases. And that's another one. People taking on, like, come on, check your lease, and then check the lease of the block. And why are you taking it on the block?
I think people see the numbers, get excited. They just go for it.
There was that one lady that we helped out, and she had an apartment in Paddington, a beautiful apartment. We asked her every question. She said, "Yep, everything's absolutely fine." All of that. So we went there, we set up everything. Within 1 week of managing that property for her, it was fully booked out. And we were like, okay, it was fully booked out for the month because it was such a beautiful property. And we had the Ring doorbell, the key safes outside the door and everything. And then one day a guest came and he said, "Where's the keys?" And I was like, there's a key safe right outside the door, you can't miss it. And he said, "No, there isn't." He took a photo. The building management team took off the Ring doorbell, took off the key safes, took everything off. And then when we went up to them, they said, you're actually not allowed to do it. But then we said, but the landlord has said we can. And then the landlord
it's not up to the landlord,
did not have any lease on it.
Sometimes what you got to do is just protect yourself as a company. If you get a property like that, because sometimes you're not to know what's on the mortgage of a landlord. When you're negotiating with a landlord on their property, it's their responsibility to tell you what's on the
absolutely.
mortgage, right? Yeah. So your contracts have to be strong.
Yeah.
We make sure our contracts are foolproof. There's no risk. If anything like that happens, if I take on even a apartment in a restricted lease, that's up to the landlord. We tell them clearly on the thing. If anything like this happens, you're paying us 10 grand damages. Do you know what I mean? We'll take everything out. Yeah. So as long as you're protected on the contract, you can go ahead do it. But I still wouldn't recommend going on, especially these days.
Yeah.
Leasehold buildings.
It's not
Like
the
hearing
one.
a lot of it.
Yeah,
Hearing a
it's
lot
not
of it.
the one.
But yeah, we'll have a few last quick fire questions just to finish off. So with Dubai, would you recommend off plans or just residentials that are just ready to invest in?
If you want to move there, obviously you can get secondary market, which is called the residentials. But if you're looking for long-term investment and a greater appreciation of plans in the right area strategically,
Yeah. And that will capital appreciation. will go
low,
immense.
low.
And what's your favorite area in Dubai
Dubai South right now to invest.
to invest?
Yeah. To live in, probably the JBR on the beach.
Yeah.
That's the area. Like if I go for a holiday, I would go to JBR.
Yeah.
Because I go for businesses next to the office, the business bay. To invest, probably towards the new airport.
New airport.
Okay. And how much do you need, let's say if you want to move over there, fully take your business there, or have your business running here, but you just want to move there to work and, find opportunities? How much do you need?
Comfortably.
Cash flowing?
I mean, cash flow, it depends on your lifestyle. And that's another thing over there, man. It's very easy to get sucked up into the lifestyle.
Have you been sucked up in the lifestyle?
We control it.
Okay,
We control it. I mean, we do live the lifestyle. We've got the yachts and the Ferraris and stuff like that, but they're under companies, right?
Yeah.
My business partners own Lamborghinis. Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really need to. But to live there comfortably, I think you need to you can live on a 5K a month pounds, comfortably there, nicely. But if you want to have a good lifestyle, you need to hit that 10Ks.
10K.
Yeah. But my thing is start a business there, because everything's heading there. Any business, like there's communities being built everywhere, right? Each community needs a gym. Each community needs a cafe. They need so much businesses down there. Yeah, people forget it. People are concentrated in the business bay, in the marinas, in the peak areas that are already flourishing and stuff like that. It's not working there no more. I've got a beauty salon as well here as a business, right? I'm looking in the areas that are communities, 70,000 people live in there. There's not one single gym. There's not one single beauty parlor. Do you know what I mean? A clinic. Yeah, so that's you got to think outside the box.
No, definitely.
Nice.
Well, thank you for coming. It was absolutely amazing. So for all our people listening, hit up Asim and make sure Dubai is one of the best areas to go to. Hit him up. We're going to put all of his descriptions, everything in the description below.
Description.
Description.
Social in the description.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. And we look forward to having you guys on the next episode.
But yeah,
No,
thank you, man.
Thank you for having me, boys. That was good.